Your SDR is costing you $100,000 per year and they still can't outperform what I'm about to show you. Or maybe you don't have an SDR yet because you just can't justify that hire, which means outreach is either falling on a partner who should not be spending their time prospecting, or it's just not happening consistently at all. Either way, your pipeline is paying for it. So today, I'm going to be showing you the exact system that fixes that. A system that runs your entire outbound process automatically. It books calls and sends you a weekly report. No manager, no salary, no turnover. Stay with me because these numbers alone are going to make this so obvious. First, let's talk about what outbound is actually costing your firm right now. If you have an SDR, you're paying between $70,000 and $100,000 per year in salary alone. And that's before the benefits, before the 60 to 90 days that it actually takes to onboard them, before the management hours leadership is spending overseeing their activity, and before the very real risk that they leave in under a year and you having to start the entire process over again from scratch. And even with all of that investment, the output is still inconsistent. They have good weeks and bad weeks. They get tired. They miss follow ups. And you still don't have full visibility into what's actually happening inside your pipeline day to day. Now, if you don't have an SDR, the problem is different, but the cost is the same. That prospecting work is landing on someone inside your firm who has more important work to do, or it's just not getting done at all. And a pipeline that isn't being actively worked is a pipeline that is actively drying up. Both of these scenarios have the same result: revenue that you should be converting that you're not. I want to pause to tell you something real quick because I think this matters. Before I built a system to fix this, I was still doing it manually every single day. 4 hours finding leads, another 4 to 5 hours personalizing every pitch, one by one. That was my entire day, just doing outreach before I had even received a single call. I was spending more time filling my pipeline than I was actually closing it. And if you can't already tell, that was exhausting for me and unsustainable. So I built a system that does everything I was doing manually, but now it does it automatically. And it runs every single day at 9 a.m. without me. And then I realized this is exactly what firms are paying $100,000 per year employee to do. And I just replaced it for almost nothing. That's when I started building this system for other firms. Now, let me break down exactly what this outreach agent does. And I want you to notice how this directly maps to the SDR job description. Every morning at 9 a.m., the agent activates on a live server. Here's exactly what happens: it pulls in a fresh lead list and scores every prospect against my firm's specific ICP. And only leads that hit a 70% qualification or higher get to move forward. Everyone else gets filtered out. So my agent's never wasting time or CPU on a bad lead. From there, it then enriches each qualified lead before outreach goes out. So the messaging is informed and specific, not a generic blast that gets ignored. It then chooses from my selected templates based on the firm's profile and then shoots out the outreach. It also manages and nurtures the leads with 3 follow-up sequences. So now my outreach runs automatically with no human reminders and no dropped leads because someone forgot. And every Friday at 8 p.m., it generates and emails me its own performance report. So it emails me booked calls, open rates, pipeline health, and conversions. And that entire report writes itself. So, to summarize, my agent finds leads, scores them, enriches them, personalizes the pitch, follows up, and reports on the results. That is a complete SDR job description. Now running on autopilot every single day. And here's the number that should make this a very easy decision. The tools that power this system at standard outreach volume run at basically $0 per month. And if your firm wants the highest level of lead enrichment, you're looking at about $100 per month. So when you look at the math, $100 per month versus $100,000 per year. And unlike a SDR, this system does not have bad weeks. It does not need to be managed, it doesn't ask for a raise, and it doesn't quit. You get higher volume, higher consistency, and full visibility into your pipeline for a fraction of what you're currently paying or about to pay for a human to do the same job. One more thing I want to be clear about. You do not build this yourself. We build it for you. This is a full white glove installation. You don't touch the code. You don't configure anything. You don't even have to manage it after it goes live. We come in through a private infrastructure audit. We map your current outreach process and then identify where the system plugs in for your specific firm, and then we build and deploy it. Once it's live and deployed, the system runs and manages itself internally. So now all you have to do is receive the Friday reports that it automatically sends and ships to you via email or Slack, and then you watch the calls get booked. And the reason why there's nothing to manage is because the logic is already built in. So you own the infrastructure. We just build it and ship it to you. So if your firm is still spending six figures on an SDR and not seeing consistent results, or if outreach is falling on the wrong person inside your firm, then this is worth a conversation. The audit is where we start. We look at your current processes and then we diagnose exactly where the gaps are. Then we map out what this system would do for your pipeline specifically. The link is in the description to apply. I'll be dropping a new video every Thursday, so subscribe if you found this useful and drop a comment below if you have any questions. Yes, I actually read them. Other than that, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.